Hello everyone, today I'm here to do a book tag. I haven't done one of these in a while, so that's great because I always feel like I do a ton of tags constantly. This tag looks really cool and different, and at the end of the day, I just love filming tags, so I hope you're okay with it. The tag is called the Totally Should've Book Tag, and it was created by Emma's Books, and I don't think I was tagged by anyone, but that's never stopped me before, so let's begin with the tag. The first question is, totally should have gotten a sequel. For this, I'm still grappling with this one. This is the one question I'm like, I don't know. There hasn't been too many books that I've like, I need a sequel right now because I read a majority of trilogies and like series and stuff, and usually by the end of the books, I'm like happy. Like I'm like, oh, everything wrapped up great. I'm okay with not having a sequel. The one I would say would be Wintermere by Marissa Meyer. That's being lent out to a friend right now, but the series wrapped up great, and I loved how it ended, but I just wanted more, so I would like that as a sequel, but we're kind of getting it because she's making a new series about the Queen of Hearts, but we're not getting it because it's a different series. I don't know. I felt like that would be the one that I would want more of. I think it's just because I really didn't want that series to end. Question number 2 is totally should have a spin-off series, and I immediately knew the answer for this one. I think a lot of people will say this one because it's just a given. That, of course, is going to be Harry Potter. I have said time and time again I would love a spin-off series. I just think it would be cool to learn about Voldemort's backstory, to learn more about Lestrange. Even a book about McGonagall would be great. Like, that would be amazing. Even a book about Snape. That sucks that he died. The actor, by the way. Yeah, I'm not spoiling anything for anybody. But I think just any spin-off thing will do. We're kind of getting out with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, but that's a textbook. And I know J.K. Rowling's making Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, but I kind of want a prequel more than a sequel. And that's still technically a spin-off, I guess. I would want to see characters that are in the series, their backstories, learn a little bit more about them, delve into them. So, I mean, I'd pick any character freaking do. If it's another Harry Potter book, I'm not complaining at all. The next question is an author who totally should write more books. So I'm picking an author that's already written quite a few, but I just want more of her. I need more of her. I have to have her in my life. And that's going to be Rainbow Rowell. Rainbow Rowell has written 3 young adult books and I think, is it 2 adult books or 3? I want to say 2. I've read 4 out of the 5. I still need to read Carry On, but I just want more of Rainbow Rowell. Like, I just need more of it. I know she's written quite a lot, but I just need more. Like, I need to feed my obsession, apparently. Like, feed it to me. The next question is a character who totally should have ended up with somebody else. For this one, I'm picking Lena, whatever, from the Delirium trilogy from Lauren Oliver. I love this series. The series has, you know, a lot of people, I'd say either you like the series or don't. I like it. The last book, I wasn't overly thrilled with. I wasn't happy with the ending, you know. This whole series, this trilogy had a love triangle, which is very predominant in a lot of YA books. And usually I'm very one-sided to the triangle, and I cannot be swayed at all. Usually I'm like, this is where I'm sticking at, I'm staying here. There's only been a couple books that have swayed me, and this trilogy has been one of them. So she's got 2 love interests. There's Alex and there's Julian. And I was very big on Alex the first book. I was like, nobody can mess with Alex. Then the second book came around, I was like, oh, Julian. I kind of feel for them. And the end book, I'm not going to say who she ended up with. I wasn't upset, but I wasn't happy. I don't know. I just felt like it could have been better. Maybe she should have done it with a different person. Yeah, just overly not so happy with this book. Overall, this trilogy is great. You should read it. I recommend it. The next question is totally should have ended differently, and I'm sure everyone will know what book I'm about to reach for. Pick Allegiant by Veronica Roth. For obvious reasons. Overall, when I think back on this book, I didn't really like it. I didn't like how it wrapped up. That's obvious. I didn't like the majority of the book, and it should have ended differently. It should have ended differently. That's all I'm going to say. The next question is totally should have a movie franchise. For this one, I'm picking one that I think is going to be a movie franchise, but I don't know. It's been freaking forever since I think Warner Brothers has bought the rights for it, and that's Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. If this, you know, this is very tricky territory for me. I have a whole video where I talk about, you know, book to movie adaptations, where now I'm kind of wary on them. There's only a few books I get really amped up for because Hollywood has messed up quite a few of them, more than a handful, you know? So nowadays I'm not like, yeah, that's being made into a movie, oh my gosh, it'd be an amazing movie. Now I'm very hesitant. But I've always said Ready Player One would translate great into a movie. It would be a great movie. I think it would do amazing with that if you have the right people. I know Steven Spielberg, I think, is signed on to that. I don't know if this is cheating because it's technically already kind of being made, but Is it? I don't know. I feel like it's never going to happen, but it should because it'd be a great movie. And if you haven't read the book, you need to read the book. It's amazing. The next question is totally should have a TV show. With this one, I was also very hesitant too because I don't watch too many book to movie shows. I watch Pretty Little Liars, but I don't really finish the series. And then I know Shadowhunter just came on, and there's Vampire Diaries. But a lot of times the TV shows, usually the movie, maybe sometimes, will stay on the same track as the book. TV show, maybe you have the first season where it's staying on track, then it just goes like a freaking train wreck, and then it just does whatever it wants. And for some books to TV shows, that works well. Like Pretty Little Liars, I'm not upset about that at all. Vampire Diaries, I think a lot of people say the series is way better than the book. So, I don't know if it's cheating or not, because I haven't finished the series. I've read the first book in the series. But I personally think that it could be better as TV show than a movie with the amount of stuff that happens. And that's going to be Percy Jackson. I have heard that Percy Jackson are horrible movies. They've been made into a couple of them, and they're just horrible. I think I've seen the first and I was like, this is not that great. But I think it could translate well to TV show because all the character depth and all the just things that happen in the show, if the right network picked it up, I think it could be a great show. But then again, I haven't read the whole series, so I could be totally wrong. You let me know. Do you think Percy Jackson would be better as a movie if they redid him a lot better, or would it be better as a TV show where you could progress and really dive into it and watch 24 episodes in one season? Let me know. Questions totally should have had one point of view. For this one, I'm also going with Allegiant. In this book, we get 4 and Trish's perspective, which is, if that's not a freaking sign, I don't know what is. But I felt like we had already 2 books with Trish's perspective, sole perspective, and we just throw 4 in there. I feel like it was just kind of different. I don't think it was necessary, honestly. As much as I love 4, I didn't love him as much in this book, and I felt the fact that he was a perspective in this book, I just really felt like it was unnecessary. I felt like it just should have been Trish's point of view, like it has been for the previous 2 books. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Totally should have a cover change. And for this one, I'm picking Katie McGarry books. I love her books, but the covers are horrible. In particular, this one. I have talked about this cover non-stop on this channel. I love this book. If you're looking for a great steamy, lovey-dovey romance, please pick up Crash Into You. It's great. But the cover is just horrible. It's got these 2 people in a car, and it's just kind of like, you know, weird. And so, as most of us do when we read hardbacks, we take off the dust jacket. Number 1, to protect it. Sometimes number 2, like myself, to get rid of the ugly cover. But, oh, what? You want to get rid of the ugly cover? Sorry, it's still there, just kind of different, kind of weirder. And why? And then we have her pushing the limits, which isn't a horrible cover. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I really don't like these covers. I feel like they could do a lot better. There's a lot of contemporary books that I've read that I've loved and that have amazing covers, and I think it could be less cheesy. When I look at these covers, I think the cheese factor and just the overall, that's not good. I would change them. I would totally change them. The next question is totally should have kept the original covers, and I know a lot of people will probably be thinking this because I'm thinking it too. Again, another book, especially cover I've talked a lot about on this channel, is Across the Universe by Beth Revis. Look at this beautiful cover. It's so star galactic and it just fits it. Like, you know, it's cheesy, but it's not because it's just a beautiful cover. And then the second book, oh goodness, it's another beautiful cover. It keeps with the star galactic, beautiful images. And then the last book of the trilogy, you ask, what's the cover of that one, you're wondering? Oh, it's this one. What the crap? What the heck? Like, we go from beautiful star galactic space stuff to let's go in the jungle and be Tarzan maybe, which is great, but no, these need to go back to the original covers. How did they decide to change the covers on the last book? It would have been a lot better if they came out with this one and they were like, oh, we'll change the last 2. But no, we'll release the first 2 of these pretty covers, then just change it all together. So they look, number 1, it's ugly. Number 2, it looks horrendous on your shelf. Don't get it. I don't get it. The last question is totally should have stopped at book 1. Ooh, you know what? I didn't even write the answer down for this one because I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of last books I don't really personally like. Like, there's Divergent. That could have maybe stopped at book 1. There's The Maze Runner because I love The Maze Runner and I like The Scourge Trials. The last book, The Death Cure, no thanks. And then Delirium, that could have stopped at book 1, honestly. There's a lot of books that maybe could have stopped at book 1, but I don't know, I can't pick one. That was the totally should have book tag. I probably made this tag a lot longer than it needs to be, but I don't know, I had stuff to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, that would be great. Click the button right down below. And if you would like to give this video a thumbs up, that would be great as well. As always, I will see you next time and have a great rest of your day.
Take your time with me, and you did it well. Let's take our time to be caught up in a spell.